Welcome back to the Rookie Bow Hunting Series. This is going to be episode 2. If you've been watching my channel, then you know that I played around with a fixed blade broadhead, the G5 Montec. Me being a rookie bow hunter, I don't know a whole lot about broadhead tuning or anything of that nature. So I did a lot of research, watched a lot of videos on different broadheads. And the one thing I did notice about all the expandables is they all have the same marketing pitch. So that was very tough to decipher through any of that. And after watching probably thousands of videos, looking at thousands of different expandable broadheads, I finally decided to go ahead and try one expandable broadhead that really caught my eye, that you couldn't walk into a store and buy. You had to buy it consumer direct. And one thing that really sold me on the broadhead, which is a Sevr. These guys right here, was the set screw. I could practice with the same head that I could hunt with. Okay, everybody had the same marketing pitch there, field point accuracy, it's on every broadhead, every packaging. Me being a rookie bow hunter, it's kind of hard to believe that everybody can do the same thing. And after shooting that G5 Montec a few times, yeah, I got it pretty close. But we went ahead and bought the Sevr. Because I was like, let's play around with that idea. If this does worse than the G5 Montec, then we'll roll with the better of the two. Now, I'm not ruling out the fixed blade at all. I just feel like with season being, I think it's like 25 days away, 26 days away, and I've been shooting a lot, I just really want something that I don't have to spend a whole lot of time tuning, which I know in retrospect there's going to be some kind of tuning involved in a broadhead, but I was just curious to see if any of them that claim that they have field point accuracy is true. So, like I said, the selling point for me was the set screw. I didn't want to go out and buy 3 packs of broadheads just so I could practice with one. I've done that, and I've literally tore up my old broadhead target. It wasn't expensive, it's a cheap one. But I literally tore that thing up, arrows fly straight through it. So now I've resorted to building broadhead targets out of boxes, which seem to work pretty good. So we're gonna take this guy out today. This is the this is the Sevr 1.5. The reason I went with the 1.5 is because I didn't want a huge cutting surface. I still really wanted to gravitate toward the penetration part. So, and this is the one that they claim has maximum penetration. The other selling point for me was the lock and swivel blade. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't see any other expandable broadheads that featured any of that. So between the set screw for the practice and the locking blades, and like I said, watched probably hundreds of videos on these guys, and I'm gonna say a good 89-90% these guys pulled them out the package and they shot true with the field point. So let's go out and see if that happens. All right, I'm gonna throw a few practice shots downrange at 30. We're not really gonna be shooting past 30 in the places that I'm hunting because it's mostly big woods, not a whole lot of long shots in there. There may be one place that I hunt, maybe a little longer than a 30-yard shot, but I don't know if I'm too comfortable with taking that, so I probably won't. So we're gonna take a few practice shots, then we're gonna see what the Sevr does. All right, we shot a couple practice shots. It's pretty consistent, 30 yards. We're at about 30 yards here. Let's give these Sevrs a try.
Definitely some human error. I couldn't get the pins to settle real good like I wanted to. I'm not holding long enough. But that is pretty tight. My first other couple shots, definitely human error. Because the other day I did try these before I made this video. They were grouping just about like that. We're gonna give it one more chance. See if we can hit that black dot. I know that's me. I just need more practice. So let's find out. So yeah, definitely some inconsistencies. That's in my shot. Like I said, rookie bow hunter. I'm still working on my consistency. My consistency, it varies a little bit. I may have to take a few practice shots before I do go hunt. I don't know, but we're just gonna keep on flinging arrows. And this Sevr, it seems to hit in the general area. Once I get my consistency down, like I did the other day, I shot for an hour, and then I shot these guys, and they were pretty consistent. All right, this is more or less what I was talking about the other day when I was shooting them. That is the field, or the broadhead right here. That is the field point with the Sevr. I don't know what was up with me today. Maybe I'm just not shooting real good today, but they are definitely grouping together. I mean, that doesn't get much closer. They are touching each other.
All right, my thoughts on the Sevr. This is actually the second time I shot them. I shot them the day I got them. I did way better that day. I don't know what's up with me today. Wasn't very consistent until I got toward the end of my little shooting session. So, you know, but like I said, I'm under a year of experience, even having a bow in my hand. So, as long as I can hit the vitals of a deer is really my only goal this year. I just want to kill a deer with my compound bow, preferably a buck. But I mean, like I mentioned earlier, I'm going hunting on the opening day this year, so I mean, if I can get a shot on a doe, I'm definitely going to try my hand at a doe and see if I can even make this shot. I know there's going to be some people that say, oh, that's not an ethical shot, and that's really my only goal, is to take a good ethical shot on a deer with my compound bow and the Sevr broadhead. Now, the reason I am going to run with the Sevr over the Monte is because I have tested it out to 40. It seems to shoot a heck of a lot straighter at 40 than the fixed blade did. I know that's a tuning issue, but like I said, rookie bow hunter, don't have a lot of experience tuning broadheads, anything like that. Asked my bow shop about the Sevr broadheads, and they said absolutely, if they could sell them, they would, but it's a consumer direct only. The only negative that I did see online is people complaining about them going in the quiver because they have foam in the quiver. I do not have foam in my quiver. This is just the quiver that came with my bow and the ready to hunt package. So it's just those little rubber knobs that are up in there, and I tried to fit it in there. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. There's no pushback on blades whatsoever in my quiver. You see what I'm saying? There's no pushback on the blades at all. Just that little rubber knob holds them in there. So I feel like in my quiver, this is going to run really well. And I'm only going to put 3 arrows in my quiver. I did order 4 of these broadheads. I did not order 5. I ordered 4. But I'm only going to put 3 arrows in my quiver for hunting season. Yes, I have more arrows. I don't just have 3 arrows. But I feel like I'm not going to use more than 3. And if I am, then I mean, I could always walk back to the car, get another arrow, screw on a broadhead, and we can go from there. But I feel like 3 arrows is good enough because I'm not going to take any questionable shots. Me being new at this, I'm not going to gamble and just let one fly at the deer. Like I said, we're not going past 30 yards. So that is another thing I do like about the Sevr. The fixed blades seem to like get too close together, and I couldn't put them on the edges of the quiver because then it just wouldn't fit in the quiver. It's another reason I'm going with the expandable over the fixed blade. One of the things I do like about these is, like I mentioned before, they come in these cool little packages like that. I'm going to have 3 on arrows that will be in the quiver. I'm gonna have an extra broadhead. I can toss this guy in my bow case, no worries about it opening, no worries about it cutting anything or doing anything crazy. They also send you this little tool that goes to reset your blades and to screw and unscrew your set screw. So honestly, if I slide that in this case, throw the whole thing in there, and I'm open. I can take a few practice shots before I go into the field, slide the O-ring back on it, and go home. So a lot of cool things about the Sevr that a lot of the other expandables did not offer. And like I showed you earlier, I know I was a little inconsistent today, so I expect some comments for that, but like the consistency with this broadhead, I feel like is just better than the Montec. The Montec was consistent too, but it took a little work to mess with the Montec, which, like I said, I'm not ruling the Montec out. I will probably use the Montec at some point in the future hunt. Hell, I may even screw a Montec on one of the arrows and run 4 arrows, just in case I need a follow-up shot if we're tracking them, you know what I mean? That way I'm not burning 2 of these Sevr heads. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my take on what we're going to do there. Until then, man, we're going to practice, and shoot my arm off until I feel like I can walk out there and make an ethical shot. But like I said, man, I'm not going to take a shot that I am not comfortable with, especially me being a new bow hunter. So I'm not going to take any risky shots. I'm not going to just let one fly and hope it dies. Like when I draw back and I let it go, I want to be at least confident enough to know that I'm in the blights. So that's the deal. That's what I've decided to go with, is the Sevr 1.5 maximum penetration broadhead. Really cool broadhead. I really like these. And honestly, if they do good enough, man, I may just stick with them, you know? Like, I've always been one of those guys, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if I get success on this, probably gonna stick with it. The goal is to kill one buck, one doe this year. We're gonna see how that goes. My turkey season didn't go very well, so hopefully my deer season goes better, and we can get it done. And just so you know, Sevr is what's in the quiver. We'll see you guys on the next episode.